On June 15th, 2020, 20 Indian soldiers were martyred by the brutal attack of PLA. The Chinese soldiers cowardly ambushed Indian soldiers who were patrolling on the Indian side of Ladakh in Galwan Valley. What should we respond? What is a spiritual perspective? Watch. In the next few minutes, we'll unravel the truth from the spiritual perspective. Indian Army lost a Colonel Santosh Babu, along with his 19 soldiers in this brutal attack by the Chinese. Today we are able to talk to you, have a freedom of speech, and could live freely thanks to the Indian Army who are guarding our borders. We offer our condolences to the grieved family members and the Indian Armed Forces for their noble act. Mahabharata says there are 6 kinds of aggressors. If these 6 kinds of aggressors are killed, there is no sin incurred. 1. Who attacks with deadly weapons. 2. Who conquers your land. These 2 categories are suitably applicable for our Chinese counterparts. And Indian Army, along with the government of India, will definitely seek that the revenge is taken. Nevertheless, if you go beyond why such war happens, why such interaction wherein there's a fight, there's a bitterness, there's a quarrel, there's a war, there's a battle, and there's a bloodshed. What is the reason for all this? For centuries, both India and China, they both lived peacefully without any ill feeling. The reason is that they lived in those days in an atmosphere of God consciousness or Krishna consciousness. And every country over the surface of the world was God-fearing, pure-hearted and simple. There was no question of political diplomacy. There was no question of quarrel between 2 countries. That is the reason. Now, unfortunately, today in this age of Kali, which is described as age of quarrel, we have discussed there is always a chance of quarrel on a slight provocation. This is not the issue in question, but to the polluted atmosphere of this age. Systematically, there is a propaganda by a section of people to stop glorification of the name and the fame of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And hence, these pollutants and contamination within the core of the people's heart are making people to fight with each other at a personal level, at a familial level, at a community level, at a state level, at a national level, at an international level on the bodily concept of life. But the Shastra says we are not the body, we are spirit soul. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra muyate. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita clearly explains that we are spirit soul. Today you may be born in India, and in next life you may be born in China. You were against China in this life, in next life you will be working against India. The last 2 disastrous war was waged only for this industry purpose. The Germans, they were expert in manufacturing chemicals or goods. They want to sell their products all across the globe. But the Britishers had occupied almost half of the world through their colonization. Whole of Africa they controlled. India, China, Japan, Burma, Ceylon, Australia, almost every nook and corner of the world they had captured. And the Germans, when they want to sell their products, the Britishers would impose almost 100% duty. So their price increased. So there was always a grudge, and both world war took place for this cause. And if there is a war, there will be a great calamity. Everyone is afraid of war. Everyone actually is under the claws of nature. Everyone is hungry. So actually nobody is powerful in this material world. Even somebody is powerful, it is for temporary only. You may take Hitler, Napoleon, Churchill, Mussolini, anyone. They have a beginning and they have an end. So nobody is powerful. In due course of time, everything will be kicked out and finished. That is law of nature. And this law of nature is insurmountable, and Krishna is the lawmaker of. And he says, why people fight? Why do they fight? Animals fight. As long as humans' consciousness is on the animal platform, these fights will continue. That's the difference between human beings and animals. Ahara nidra bhayamayatunam samanam etab pashubir narana buddhihi eko adhiko vishesho. These four things are common in human beings and animals: eating, mating, sleeping and defending. Now we are talking about defending. In the defending case, defense is the most important ingredient for any individual or a state. Now why is China very much particular about Galwan Valley? Galwan Valley is the one which connects Siachen. India is constructing a grand road which will reach Siachen, and China also has a pact with Pakistan which is called CPEC, where they can go and sell the products in China and the rest of Middle East without going to the Indian Ocean. They want to cut short, and if India can occupy the Siachen, is already occupied, and the Galwan Valley, they can easily monitor the movement of both Chinese. Hence this plays a very important role for their movement, and India will be in an advantageous position if they capture this Galwan Valley or have this Galwan Valley. India has already set up a highest battlefield in Siachen. Now Border Road Organization has been constructing a road from Ladakh to Siachen, almost 250 kilometers. But the problem is not this. The problem is the BRO went tangent from Ladakh to have a road towards Galwan Valley. Galwan Valley is a very strategic point in the India-China border. It's in a peak level where we can observe the movements of Chinese army very closely. And this was the prick point or the pain point for the Chinese. Hence the fight began. Although the soul is immortal, violence is not encouraged. But at the time of war, it is not discouraged. When there is actual need for it, that need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord, otherwise not capriciously. But how can you stop war? Because you are an animal platform, you fight like cats and dogs. You can give some name either in some on religious ground or on philosophical ground or on a land ground. But because you are an animal, you will fight. You can give a different name. That's a different thing. You cannot stop war and go on killing animals. That is not possible. As long as this killing goes, this killing also will go. Now, why does this happen? Whenever and wherever there's disobedience of the established rules enacted by the Lord, there is war between men and nations. War is a creation of different politicians sometimes, because politicians don't understand who does this property, this land, this earth belongs to. So unless and until on the summit of administration there are actually Krishna consciousness men, we cannot stop war. What is the difference of a Krishna conscious man heading the country? He takes delight in hearing the Krishna Katha. And in Krishna Katha, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna in the 5th chapter, 29th verse, he gives the peace formula. Bhoktaram yagna tapasa, sarva loka maheshwaram, surdam sarva bhutanam, gyatmam mam shantirajjati. Anyone who understands that Krishna is the Bhokta, he is the enjoyer, Krishna is the Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, he is the proprietor of every planet, not only India, not only the world, every planet, the whole cosmos, he is the emperor, he is the enjoyer, and he is a dearmost friend of everyone. Anyone who understands this and acts based on this, he can really have peace in this world. So the problem is not line of actual control. The problem is lack of actual Krishna consciousness. And this state of Krishna consciousness can be simply achieved. This peace formula can be applied in our lives and the lives of the people at large by simply encouraging the congregational chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the whole world will be blissful in Krishna consciousness and there will be no unnecessary war. Thank you. Hare Krishna.